Okay, we left off on Ayin Amid Beis. Ayin Amid Beis, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines in the bottom. Gufa, Hamuda Nami Chabeiroi. Someone goes ahead and says his friend can't have any hana from him. So Reuven says, Shimon, you can have any enough from me. And Shimon is down on his luck. He has nothing to eat. So Hoylech Eitzel Kenvani, Reuven can go to a shopkeeper, Haragal that is accustomed to go to. The Omalo and tell him, listen, Ish Ploni Muda Hanami Meni. So Shimon can't have any enough from me. But any day of my eselo, I don't know what to do for him. In other words, you think out loud. So who noising law who bought the nightel miseh? So he, the Kenvani, will give to Shimon, and then he'll collect from Reuven. So Reuven's not obeying on his neder because he didn't give him, the Kenvani gave him. Bitoy libnais beisoy libnais gederoy ligdar, a house to build or a fence to fence, the sedeo liktzer, and you have and you mudahana, and he has to do all this work. So hoylech eitzel poilim, you go to workers, haragel letzloy that he's accustomed to have, v'oimer, and you say lehem ish ploni mudahana mimeni, many of them I eseloi. Hey, nice and emo, they'll fix up the mitakin, everything you have to mitakin. And then they'll take the schar from Reuven. Reuven and Shimon were going on the way. And she does not have what to eat. So he can give it to Levi as a matana. And then Shimon can take it from Levi. If there's no Levi there, Reuben can leave it on a stone. On a fence. Everyone needs it. And this one, Shimon will come along and eat it, and that's mutter. So there are workarounds to go ahead if you're mudahana. Yossi asks, Machloek is exactly which scenario he's answering, but certainly the last scenario of being mafki nechasim in order to give someone that you were mudahana from. Right. Amarava, my time at the Yossi. Gezeir mishum Maisa de Beis Chayron. It's a gezeir because of the Maisa Beis Chayron. Beis Chayron, the Maisa was that there was a son who had been mudahana from the father, that the son was making a wedding. He wanted his father to come, so he gave his friend a chatzah that as a matana and said, "Let my father come." So what did he do? He went ahead, the friend, and he was magdish. He was magdish the field. So he goes, "I didn't give you the field to magdish it. I gave you the field simply to go ahead, man. I gave you the field to facilitate my father coming. I didn't give it to you to be magdish it." So the Chum said, any matana that you can't be magdish is not a matana. So basically said the same thing over here. The fact that Reuven is being mafka the food just to give to Shimon, that's not good hefker. That would not be good hefker. Rabbi says, B'Yisrael chodesh echad. So let's go back to the Mishnah. We'll go back to the Mishnah. First is mudahana from his wife until 30 days, and then he puts a parnas to take care. And after 30 days, he has to divorce her and give her a ksuba. Rabbi Yehuda says a month, and after the month, shniya, the first day of the second month, then forget about it. And then he divorces and gives a ksuba. The question is, how is Rabbi Yossi different than the Tanakama? They're both saying a month, right? Says the Gemara. So he said Shleishim Yom. He said Hainu Tanakam, who said 30 days. Rabbi Kohenis Asalashminon. Again, in Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda had added that it's Kohenis, you're going to give 2 months, and in the third month, you're going to go free, because since we give the guy enough time to go ahead and calm down, by a Kohen who would divorce his wife and be able to take her back, we give him more time to calm down. Okay, so since the first teretz of the Gemara is what you hear in Enochinami regarding a regular person, there is no difference between the Tanakh and Rabbi Yehuda. The only difference is what is the Kohenis. So that's why it comes to teach me the din of Kohenis, which the Chachamim never, the Tanakhama never mentioned Kohenis. Okay, so that's what he's teaching me. So a second shot. Amar by Kohenis Eshashmina. Rava says Chodesh Malei v'Chodesh Chasser ekabinayu. A Chodesh Malei, if it's a full month, a 30-day month, or a Chasser, a 29 ekabinayu. According to the Tanakhama, it's 30 days. According to Rabbi Yehuda, 29 days would also be considered a month, and therefore he'd have to divorce after 29 days, because it's a month. Amar Rav, says Rav, this din of 30 days, Leishanu Elashit Mefarish, and you explained the 30 days. Aval Bistam, if you didn't explain the 30 days, so you just said Stam that you mudana, Yoitzel Alter, V'yitin Ksuba. Immediately you get divorced and you give the Ksuba. Shmuel Amar Afilu Bistam, you don't have to explain the 30 days openly. Even Stam mudana will automatically build into the ned the 30 days. Maybe within 30 days to find a Pesach to his neder. Now we had this Gemara before, and we had this Gemara before on the Gemara we're going to mention now. For Iftagu B'Chodizim, now we had Machlekes Rav and Shmuel already before. Did none? Hamades Ishtai Mitash Mishamita. We said a person can't asa himself on his wife. He can asa the hamna of his wife on himself. So he asks the hamna of his wife on himself. 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks you go ahead and you get divorced. That we said Rabbi Shami learned that from a Yoledes of a Nekeva, which was about 2 weeks. Shabbos Achas, a Nida. The Nida is 1 week. So V'omrav, Machloikis bin Mefarish. Machloikis there is when you explain 2 weeks or a month, a week. Avol Bistam, Yotzil Alta, you think Suba. So we have 2 locations. One regarding Muda Hana, the Indian or Hana, and one in Tashmish in the same Machloikis. Rav saying that you have to, when do you say 30 time? It's where you explain that time. But Stam, you get divorced right away. Versus Shmuel, who says Stam, you have certain timelines regardless. Ushmuel ama afilu b'stam nami. Even Stam nami shema yimtzu pesach l'nidroi. And for this, so Fred Kasha, why do you have to tell me to say about like a second time? One by Tashmish and one by what? By Mudahana. If you just tell me the case of Tashmish by Hikam Rav, you can't go ahead and have someone support her. You Mudahana, why do we do it on Mishnah? We had someone support her up to 30 days. And we said yesterday the small amounts, right? The small amounts we said yesterday, luxuries that she was used to in her father's house. But that's only possible by a parnis. But Tashmish was only possible by a husband. Maybe he's Aval Baha and Efshar, maybe he's Moed Shmuel. The Misham Lo Efshar parnis Aval Baha by a parnis, the Efshar parnis by Muda Hana and Moed Shmuel. Be it Mabaha by Muda Hana, Baha Kama Shmuel Misham the Efshar parnis. Since you can have a parnis, you have a workaround. Therefore, you don't give the divorce and get it right away. Aval Baha regarding Tashmish. That since it can't be done, I'll do the partners, so that's to be himself. Maybe he's made to Rav that you get divorced immediately. Kemash on that not. Tram. Amades ishtoi shleititam echad mikol peris. If a person makes neder that what this is our Mishnah, they will not eat all peiros. Yoitziv eating kasuba. Okay, now let's see to get this case. We have to see Tosfos. Says Tosfos. Shleititim echad mikol peris. Lav b'chol peris madala. He's not asking them all fruits in the world. The in Cain like havichal, because if he was, the neder would not work. It's something that's a neder on something that's impossible doesn't work. The efshaloi lekayim. It's not possible to fulfill that neder. Kidarmina b'reish perik sheni nedarim. The second perik. What does it say over there? The omar koinim einai b'shenai. My eyes are koinim for sleep. Stam lechayil. Because it's not possible for a person to not sleep. So neder shena ela shleititin. So therefore, it's the same thing. Just like there, you can't make a neder. It's not possible to sleep. You can't make a neder not to eat any fruit. That's not possible. Ela, what is it? Shleititin b'min echad sheva peris. It's speaking about one min of the peris. Now, a person cannot asa. A person can't asa something on another person. If I would say right now, Kenny Miller is usher on oranges, I can't do that. So how can I say my wife is usher on oranges? That's what we're doing. So the lomdus of this Gemara is the following Tosfos. Again, you hear the Gemara. My wife can't eat oranges. It's like me telling Kenny, you can't eat oranges, right? Okay, you talk up, so we'll see you. We'll see where we'll have for posterity that you're in the car. There's Kenny in the car. He's not talking, so we can't hear him. Okay, anyway. So Tosfos says, what's it speaking about? It says Tosfos, right? Kidamina b'Tosefta. Dafilu leitamem midam. Avlamai desal kedaitiv the adri ihu b'talina b'tashmish hamita. The hamina he made the neder and he's toilet in tashmish. Chal afilu ledira mikol peris. In other words, he's saying, if you eat any of these peris, your tashmish is asur on me. So you're making it Taila, you're going ahead and making something you could asa, which is tashmish. So this ambiguous neder saying it's asur. How can I asur an orange on somebody? No, I'm asking the orange. I'm asking tashmish if you eat the orange, and the tashmish I can't asur on you, right? Not my tashmish on you, but your tashmish on me. And that's the sugya. Now the havamina is who made this neder. The havamina is that the man made the neder. Okay. Now, Hamader is shleititim echem compares hayoytzav eating ksuva bishleim elarav. Right? There's two cases in the Mishnah. The first case of mudahana and the case of fruit. Kan bistam. Right? This latter case is bistam. You get divorced right away. And kan b'mefarish. And the first case of 30 days is when you explicitly stated 30 days. El lishmuel, like Shmuel, kasha. Like Shmuel, it's fair, since Shmuel says stam is always 30 days. So therefore, over here also, by the fruit tashmish neder, it also should be 30 days. Yet the Mishnah says what? Alter, she gets gershela alter v'yotzav yitin l'ksuba. Kasha on Shmuel. Says the Gemara, we're not speaking where he made the neder. We're speaking where she made the neder. Hachamay askinen k'goin shenodra he v'kayim la'ihu. She made the neder, and he's mekayim the neder. So now, if he's speaking about a woman who asks of Paris, in other words, it's speaking that she made the neder, it doesn't have to be speaking with tashmish. Why? Because she can asa oranges on herself. She has the capacity to asa oranges on herself. Since she has the capacity to asa oranges on herself, therefore she can make the neder. Baruch, we can't see you. Okay, so we're Ayin Aleph on Aleph. we're just asking a kasha on Shmuel. Shmuel says that the halacha of 30 days is even if you don't say it, it's stam. Rav says you have to say it mefurish. We have two din in the Mishnah. The first din is mudahana, which you get 30 days. The second din is a person says that a woman says that, a man says that a fruit is asur on my wife. If she eats the fruit, I won't live with her. Tashmish will be asur on me. So the kasher is, why do you have to get divorced right away over there, according to Shmuel? Since stam, you get 30 days. What's the difference between the first in the case of mudahana and the second case of oranges? You go ahead and asur an orange. We're up to the teretz of the Gemara. He didn't make the neder. She made the neder. And he was mekayim the neder. So we said the svara. When he makes the neder, we give him time to cool off. Maybe he'll go ahead and find a Pesach and have charata. Where she makes the neder and he's mekayim it, what does she see? He hates her and he wants to get divorced right away. So you get divorced right away. So that's what we're up to. We're up to where the lines get wide. The lines get wide about 4 lines up. She made the neder. And since she made the neder, therefore, v'kayim la'ihu, and he was mekayim it. Now, the question is who's at fault over here? Is he at fault or she at fault? Guys, here's the rule for the next piece of Gemara. If she's at fault, she loses a kasuba. If he's at fault, he loses the kasuba. So, obviously, if over here, Yoitza, you're going free, right? And he's paying up, it must be he's at fault over here for being mekayim the neder, for not going ahead and getting rid of the neder. Okay, so Ksavar Ameya, why does he have to pay the ksuba? That hu noisin etzva ben shineha. He put his mouth between his lips. He's at fault. Fred the Gemara, the Ksavar Ameya, hu noisin etzva ben shineha. That Reb Meya hold that why he put the etzva between his teeth. V'hatanya. A woman makes a neder, she wants to be a nazir, and the husband's not happy about this. V'shama ba'ilov leheifela, Remeya, Rabbi Yehuda, Oimrim, he nasna etza ve'shineha. She is placing the between her lips. The fikach in yatsa haba lahafer yafer. The baal can be mefer. So what do you see right away? Right now, right away you see that Remeya. We say stam mishnah Remeya. Our mishnah guys is a stam mishnah. I'm saying he's at fault. Here we have Remeya opening saying she's at fault. So now, again, one more time. It didn't. Mishnah Zermeya. The case is the case of oranges, where she made the neder. He's Mekayim the neder. He doesn't have to give her he has to give her ksuba because he's at fault. Now we have Rabbi Oakley saying that what? That he makes a neder to be a nuzir. She makes a neder to be a nazir. He still has to pay up. So you see that what? She doesn't get the ksuba, so she's at fault. He knows that's mishnah. Lefikach imratzal abal lahafi yafer. The mamri efshi b'yishin dronis peitev like ksuba. So what does Rabbi hold? Two more shitas. Rabbi Yisrael Belazar who knows in etzem shinaha lefikach and matzah abal lahafi yafer. He can take it off. Then mamar efshi b'yishin dronis. I don't want a woman to mix the darim. Yaitzav yitin ksuba. She's out. So l'chayr you have a kasha. You have a kasha on Reb Meir. In our Mishnah, she made the neder. She made the neder. He's Mekayim the neder. He gives the ksuba. Here, by the case of Nazir, you have Reb Meir saying what? Reb Meir saying Reb Meir never said it was a Stam Mishnah. Here you have that. No, she's at fault and she loses the ksuba. So the Gemara answers April. Switch around Reb Meir and Reb Yehuda and Reb Elazar. Reb Meir, Reb Yehuda, Oimim, who noisin. Reb Meir and Reb Yehuda one say he noisin. So they have to give the ksuba. Reb Yossi, Reb Elazar, Oimim, he nasna, and therefore she loses the ksuba. Okay, so we did a switcheroo to make Reb Meir shtem. Fred the Gemara, the Savra of Yossi, he nasna. Reb Yossi say that she put her finger between her mouth and she loses the ksuba. But Tanan, a Mishnah of Yossi, Oimer, a Mishnah, ba'aniyos, a woman makes a neder. The last din of our Mishnah. A woman is making a neder ba'aniyos shleinasan kitzva that she makes a neder. That she won't go ahead and use tachshitim. So Rabbi Yossi said that if there's no set time, she gets divorced right away. And if she's a shira, you get 30 days. So here's the kasha. But how can you say Rabbi Yossi is of the opinion that she's at fault? But Tan Rabbi Yossi Omer, by an aniyah who didn't give a set amount of time for the tachshitim, right? And why do we see that she goes free with no ksuba and she gets a ksuba pashtus? I guess that's the kasha. Yeah, so she's getting a ksuba. She's getting a ksuba. He's at fault. So how can you say Rabbi Yossi holds she's at fault? He's at fault. So Eimer Reb Meir Rabbi Yossi Oimrim. So let's switch another one. We'll take out Rabbi Yehuda and put in Rabbi Yossi. In other words, we're making like a juggle. We're making it all fit. We want the pieces to fit. So we want Rabbi Yehuda, we want Rabbi Yossi, and we want Rabbi Meir to hold that he's at fault, and therefore he has to give the ksuba. Rabbi Yossi Oimrim, who knows in Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Elazar Oimrim, he nasna. Fred the Gemara, you can't do that either. The sub Rabbi Yehuda, he nasna. Vatnan Rabbi Yehuda Oimer, be Yisrael Yoim Echad Yikayim. By Yisrael, if you're Mudda Hana, you get 1 day, and if it's a Kahanis, you get 2. Eimer the Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yossi Oimrim, who noisin, Rabbi Elazar Oimer, he nasna. Now, so you have l'chayra, you're 3 against 1 now. We want the 3 to be on his side. So we have Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Meir. We have Rabbi Elazar saying he nasna. Says the Gemara. Tim Salayim Zugi, if you want to say it's Zug 2-2 versus 3-1, then it's Rabbi Yossi Oimrim, who noisin, right? Rabbi Yossi says who noisin. But Stamad like Rabbi Meir. And Stam Mishnah is not like Reb Meir. You know, the Stam Mishnah is not like Reb Meir. Reb Meir would hold he nasna. Again, we're assuming that Reb Meir is the Stam Mishnah, and therefore you have to pay the ksuba. If Reb Meir is not the tam, he could hold he nasna, and therefore you'd have Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Meir on one side saying he, and you have Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Yehuda on the other side, who not a difficult Gemara, just a few cheshbainis. We started off with 2 versus 2, went 3 versus 1, we're ending up 2 versus 2, but it's not the same 2 that we started off with. That's in a nutshell. I just said it. Says the Gemara, "V'sav Rabbi Yehuda b'aniyas shleinas and kitzva alma baal matzi mefer." You see over here that a baal is able to go ahead and be mefer. You see a baal is able to go ahead and be mefer in eder. Why? Because it says that if he doesn't do it, right, he loses his ksuba. He has to pay. Uriminu. We have a technical problem over here. It doesn't seem to be something that a Baal could be made for. It doesn't be something that a Baal could be made for. Things that are painful. For example, if you take a bath, you want to take a bath. If you'll go ahead, Rod, and you'll put the iskashet, or put ornaments on yourself. Rabbi, I see ein elu nidre inei nefesh. These are not inei nefesh. So iskashet lo iskashet is the last din of the Mishnah that we said on Nia. If she has a kitzvah, right? If you don't have a kitzvah, you do it right away. But 1 second, how can a Baal be made for this? You see, it's not considered inei nefesh, and he can only be made for. It's not a carpet statement. He made for any nedarim, only the nedarim of inei nefesh. The Elohim nidre inu nefesh shlei oichel basa shlei yish and that taka would be inu nefesh for me, not to be able to drink wine or eat meat, right? Who shaloi iskashe, that what I should not go ahead and shaloi iskashe, the big date sevoidin. Woman not to wear colored clothing would be inu nefesh. However, stam iskashe not. And the iskashe over here are things between him and her. The Gemara is referring to a woman removing hair from Oisei Makan, that it shouldn't hurt him. She's removing hair, so that the ornament over here is not jewelry, it's referring to removing hair from Oisei Makan because you want to make that he shouldn't get hurt during Tashmish. And that's considered Devarim Beino Leveina. Devarim Shebeino Leveina Abal Mefer. Okay, because again, there's a Shita Inei Nefesh and Devarim Beino Leveina, but there's opinion only in the Nefesh. Even Leiskashet. How can a Mishnah, if that a Mishnah is speaking about removal of hair from that area, then why in the world would Rabbi Yossi say that you can be made for that there's no beino lebeina, you should be able to be made for? Back to the original question. Didmar, the vorm she beino lebeina, things that are between him and her. Rabbi Huna says, Habal mefer, Rabbi Baravar, Ein Habal mefer. Shalem etzinu shuel shemes ba'af appear. We never found a shuel, a fox died in its hole. We never found a man who lived with his wife that was not able to avoid such a problem with oisig makom. So therefore, it's not considered devarim beino leveina. So like him, how could you say Rabbi Yossi says it can be made for the neder? Ah, 1 second. It wasn't she just said that I'm not going to remove hair from oisig makom, because she makes a neder that I won't remove hair if I won't remove hair from oisig makom, and as a result, I would asha my tashmish on you. So now it's the varam beino leveina, or even nefesh for him. The amra yasa hana tashmisha chalai. The hanas of my tashmish is your tashmish is also on me. In the skashet, if I go ahead and iskashet. Kedam Rav Kahana, hanas tashmish yolacha. The hana of your tashmish on my tashmish on you. That kaifa, you force her to go ahead and not listen. However, mishav shasai. Hanas tashmishech alai, the hana of your tashmish on me, yafa, you can be made for shame. Achil adam double asala. Don't feed a person that's something that's asala. So what's the case in the Mishnah, guys? I won't cut hair from my samakim. If I cut hair from my samakim, then hashmish is also on you. Says Gemara. So 1 second. Why do you have to say yaitza when you think suba? Why don't you have the opposite? What should you do? No problem. Don't cut the hair over there, and you won't be asa. Why get divorced? That's why I'm king correlate minuvelas. They'll call her minuvelas if she doesn't. Better with the skashet to asa. Okay, so that, and we'll wait. Again, we saw the machlokes to be asa tashmish. Right? We learned that 2 weeks from Beishamai. He learned that from Tumas Nekeva. Beis Hillel learned it out from Nida. He learned it out from Nida. So why get divorced right away if you're making toilet this kisha in Tashmish? At least give 2 weeks for 1 week, not right away. There's Mahani Mili. When do we give 2 weeks and 1 week? That's Heicha the Adri Ihu. That's when he made the neder. The Savra Mirsis Rasachalave. She sings that he's just angry at me. Have a hashna most of diet there. Now have Yishmadas. Aval, however, Hacha the Nadri Ihu, she made the neder. The Shasikle and the kind of neder. Savra with the ashtik when he remained silent. He wasn't making the neder. Misya Havsani. He hates me, and therefore you can go out free right away. Rabbi Yossi Amavaniya Shlei Nasan Kitzvah become a kitzvah will be a set amount. I'm Rabbi Yehuda Mishmuel. You basically 12 months. You can stay together 12 months if you didn't set a set time. Rabbi Barachana Amma 10 years. Chama Amma Avimi Regel 1 month. one regal, one yontif. She came, but Yisrael miskashis beregal. So if you make an isra kishut, it'll only be one regal. Ubashiris lam yoim. We said ashiris is 30 days, right? Ma'ishna lam yoim. Arabaya shekin isha chashuva nenis mereach shutula lam yom. Isha chashuva, she has enough from the reach of her perfume for 30 days. I'm going to hold up in the next Mishnah. It's a Mishnah that says Rashi Mefarish the Gemara, so I can read it just as easily tomorrow.